The Gateway Pundit exclusive. Former intelligence officers find indisputable evidence U.S. intel leaders were linked to British in Spygate scandal by Cassandra Fairbanks. The Gateway Pundit investigative journalist Cassandra Fairbanks interviewed 3 former intelligence officers with knowledge of the corrupt criminal activity of the Obama CIA. The former officers told the Gateway Pundit the UK's Joint Intelligence Committee was the venue used by the CIA and DNI to share and receive intelligence allegedly linking Trump to Russia. The sources believe that John Brennan and James Clapper used highly classified intelligence channels to create a trail of fake evidence linking Trump to Russia. I wouldn't be surprised. George Papadopoulos was targeted deliberately by UK intel operatives in a plot to trick him. It was Joseph Mifsud, not Papadopoulos, who raised the prospect of meeting with the Russians and introduced the claim that Russia had damaging information about Hillary Clinton. Joseph Mifsud was a British operative, not a Russian asset. The only entity that could have coordinated the entire operation was the Obama White House. Multiple former intelligence officers believe there is indisputable evidence that British intelligence organizations, GCHQ and MI6 in particular, collaborated with the U.S. intelligence community to portray Donald Trump and his associates as pawns of the Russians. According to one of the former intelligence officers who spoke to the Gateway Pundit, this was a coup attempt without firearms, relying instead on manufactured intelligence designed to feed the meme that Trump surrogates were in contact with the Russians. The former intelligence officers agreed that the UK's Joint Intelligence Committee was the venue used by the CIA and DNI to share and receive intelligence allegedly linking Trump to Russia. The Gateway Pundit spoke to 2 former intelligence officers on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter. We additionally spoke to Bill Binney, a former high-level National Security Agency official turned whistleblower, who confirmed that he agrees with their conclusions. The former intelligence officers believe that John Brennan and James Clapper used highly classified intelligence channels to create a trail of fake evidence linking Trump to Russia based on their years of experience in the intelligence community, including overseas operations. It appears highly likely that Joseph Mifsud was a MI6 asset and that his role with the British spy service was deliberately obscured to give the appearance of him working for Russia. Multiple sources report that British intel agencies were involved actively in collecting information on Trump associates and their contacts with persons linked to Russia. According to The Guardian, Britain's spy agencies played a crucial role in alerting their counterparts in Washington to contacts between members of Donald Trump's campaign team and Russian intelligence operatives. GCHQ first became aware in late 2015 of suspicious interactions between figures connected to Trump and known or suspected Russian agents, or a source close to UK intelligence said. This intelligence was passed to the U.S. as part of a routine exchange of information, they added. The New York Times also confirmed, citing 3 former senior U.S. officials, that the UK was collecting intelligence on meetings in Europe, cities between Russian officials and others close to Russia's President Vladimir Putin. and associates of President-elect Trump. In addition, those same three officials confirmed that American intelligence agencies had intercepted communications of Russian officials, some of them within the Kremlin, discussing contacts with Trump associates. The former U.S. intelligence officers who are familiar with the operations and activities of the JIC noted that such exchanges of information are anything but routine. The CIA's chief of station regularly meets with the JIC and serves as a conduit for communication between the CIA director and the UK. Generally, information derived from intercepted conversations or emails would be passed as SIGINT, and normally would be classified as top secret compartmented intelligence. The CIA's London Chief of Station, COS, or their senior intelligence analyst posted to the London Embassy, would attend weekly JIC meetings, according to one of the sources at the time, the COS, and Gina Haspel, who is now the director of the CIA. These intel community insiders believe that the case of George Papadopoulos, a minor official named to the Trump foreign policy team on March 21, 2016, merits additional scrutiny because it shows evidence that Papadopoulos was targeted deliberately by UK intel operatives in a plot to trick him into communicating information about possible approaches to Russia via conversations with persons in the United States. In the statement of offense filed against Papadopoulos by the U.S. Department of Justice, he is accused of lying about his contact with Joseph Mifsud, a Maltese diplomat who was a member of the European Council on Foreign Relations and the Clinton Foundation. It was Mifsud, not Papadopoulos, who raised the prospect of meeting with the Russians and introducing the claim that Russians had damaging information about Hillary Clinton. Papadopoulos, in turn, relayed this information via email and phone calls back to members of the Trump campaign. Yeah, because if you're finding out information, of course you're going to notify them, right? So, although the FBI claims that Papadopoulos' emails were recovered via lawfully obtained search warrant, there is no doubt that the information was already in the hands of the UK and the US intelligence community. Of course it was. They were tracking him. But lo and behold, we can't get a hold of anybody else's emails, right? The documents leaked by Edward Snowden in 2013 show definitively that such conversations were intercepted and retained by both the GCHQ and the NSA. Of course, they were tracking them. It was a setup, obtaining material for prosecution from intelligence sources that will be allowed into a court proceeding is known as parallel construction. Parallel construction between the two, the NSA and the GCHQ. So, what Ray McGovern and I were thinking is that the whole conspiracy about the Russian narrative was concocted by Brennan, of course it was, and then most likely approved by Obama. Of course, Brennan could not act on all of this without Obama's approval. Anyway, they have the text messages pointing to the White House in the Strzok text. This is what I told Pompeo when I was in with him. It required the NSA, CIA, FBI, DNA, DNC, and the DOJ. The DNC, The DNC is involved, and the DOJ to be coordinating. You see, it points right back to Hillary there and Obama, especially for those things like the Steele dossier. The only one place they all come together and can be ordered to coordinate and cooperate is the president, which was Obama. The DOJ doesn't fall under the DNI or anybody else, or only the president, Binney told the Gateway Pundit. So you see, Obama had to approve all of this. All of these raises very serious questions that require answers. Who made the initial decision to collect information on Trump associates? Obama and Brennan. How many classified signet reports were sent to the U.S. intel community? I'm more than sure a lot. When did John Brennan and James Clapper share this information with President Trump? Before they even got the information, Obama sent them on the wild goose chase to set this all up. That's why Mifsud disappeared and he's nowhere to be found, because he's a target to be questioned, and it would lead back to Hillary. It would lead back to Obama. You see? That's why this guy went, it's MIA. He's MIA, right? So he's nowhere to be found. Yep, there it is in a nutshell. And neither Brennan or Clapper could have done this without Obama's okay. And first of all, they set up the whole dossier, first of all. Come on. It was a setup from the get-go, thinking that if they could get Trump, probably Hillary could have gotten in. That's what their thing was. But they couldn't get Trump on anything, and that's why they still go with the collusion bit in order to discredit him, discredit the American voters, cost us a fortune, all because the wicked witch didn't get elected. You see what I'm saying? And these people, the arrogance, why? Because they have all the intel agencies with them. And the UK is another New World Order advocate. That's why they did all of this. Why do you think they did all of this? Absolutely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.